Today you are living the life of an executioner's aide at a Qing Dynasty execution ground. From a lowly outcast the neighbors avoided, to the steady hands the magistrate relied on, to a forgotten shadow no one needed after a single reform decree. I was born in a shack by the burial fields outside town. Father did this work too. Neighbors gave us a wide berth, saying we would bring bad luck for life. Mother was driven away early by the villagers. She left without looking back, telling me never to learn Father's trade. But we had nothing else, no choice. Father always carried a smell that wouldn't wash off. He never spoke of the day's work, just drank in silence, his hand trembling, then filled the bowl again. The school wouldn't take me, fearing I'd taint other children. I crouched by the wall listening to lessons, tracing characters in the dirt until I was found out. At New Year, others hung red couplets and lit firecrackers. Our door stayed bare. Father said men marked by blood couldn't even offer incense to the kitchen god. When I was 10, Father fell ill. The yaman came asking if anyone would take up the trade. Watching him gasp on the Kong, I took the heavy bundle into my own hands. My master was Father's old acquaintance, a man of few words. His first lesson, steady hands, a resigned heart, a fate you must bear, or you'll harm others or yourself. I trained first on melons and gourds, the blade falling true in one clean line. Half a degree off meant starting over, half a year of it, wrists aching at night. Master said this single stroke was no act of cruelty but a last shred of dignity. A slow or crooked hand made the one above suffer and shamed our whole trade. The first time I followed Master to the ground my legs shook. A dark wall of onlookers, none looking at us, yet all of them seeming to stare. I couldn't eat for 3 meals after. Master didn't comfort me, just pushed the wine over. Everyone's like this the first time. Bear it and the trade holds. I didn't quit, for I had nowhere to go. No one in town hired an outcast. Even the porters shunned me as unlucky. These hands were fit for one thing only. Master grew old, his hand trembling. Once it nearly went wrong, and I steadied it. He solemnly handed me the bundle. From now on, this platform is yours. I felt no joy taking it. The town gained one more man people avoided, lost one more who'd meet my eye. But I had to eat, and Master needed care. My first time alone, I recited Master's words 3 times, steady hands, a resigned heart, dignity for the man. It was clean, and someone below murmured approval. The clerk in charge of punishments began to remember my name, said the boy's hands were steady, no dithering. One word of praise outweighed half a year's toil. Work grew, the rewards thicker. I saved to buy Master's medicine and mend the roof. The first spare coin in hand, yet it burned, others hesitating to take it. Matchmakers came twice, then shook their heads on hearing my trade. One widow was willing, but her family swore they'd sooner she stayed alone forever. The winter Master died was bitter cold. At the end he held my hand. Don't sin in this trade. Those above are mostly poor souls too, so think of them first. I buried Master at the burial fields, no headstone. After that not one soul in town would speak with me. Home was a single lamp, one bowl, one bundle. I kept the rules even more strictly. Before each platform I washed my hands, said the words, traced the line in my mind. Steady hands spread my name far. Condemned men's families came knocking at night, pressing silver for a swifter end. I never took it, said it was only right. Their endless thanks hurt worse than curses. Some condemned men cursed to the last, then fell quiet seeing my steady hand. One old rogue gave me a nod, lucky to meet you. I remembered that nod for years. The greater my name, the more I feared to slip. One stroke held a man's dignity and the only thing I'd earned in half a life. Beyond these hands I had no standing. Those years, mentioned the steady hand, and the town knew it was me. Cases, magistrates coming and going, they always chose me. It was the closest I came to dignity. The province called me for big cases. One murder trial ran 3 years. The overseer insisted I come myself, saying only your hands set us at ease. The men who passed through my hands grew too many to count, some steeped in evil, some crying wrong to the end. The rules forbade questions. I only kept each stroke true. The rewards piled into a small box I had nowhere to spend. No house to buy, no bride to wed, even good land refused me. The richer I grew, the more a hoarding ghost. I took an apprentice, an orphan with nowhere left. I taught him letters, the blade, the rules, as master taught me. With him the empty house held warmth at last. He asked if our trade would last. I dared not answer. I sensed the times were changing, and one day these hands of ours would no longer be needed. The streets buzzed with the foreigners' new rules, saying the world outside had long abandoned this. In the tea house I heard talk of reform and felt a quiet blow. Those years' cases were still many. I climbed the platform as ever, kept each stroke true. Yet I'd glance at the crowd as if to fix the scene in memory. The overseer became a young man schooled abroad, always frowning at the work. He told me quietly, "Old Zhang, your craft may not keep pace with a changing world." That year my times on the platform visibly thinned. Once several a month, then one a season. In the idle days I held the bundle, not knowing whom to polish it for. The reform decree was finally pasted at the Yamen gate. The old punishments abolished, new ways adopted. The crowd buzzed, none guessing that paper ended my trade. The clerk called me in, polite but plain. No more need for an executioner's aide. Here is the last reward. I took the coins, and my hand trembled for the first time. I told my apprentice to change trades while young and never follow me. Red-eyed he asked what I'd do. At my age, with these hands, what else, I said, but accept it. He kowtowed 3 times and left for distant kin in the south. The house was mine alone again. I wiped the bundle, wrapped it, and pushed it deep beneath the bed. I tried to find other work, but the moment they heard my old trade their faces changed. Porters, shops, even night watch refused me, fearing I'd bring ill luck. The box of saved silver became my last hope. Spending it I came to see. Coins buy rice and firewood, but not one soul willing to trade a word with me. At night, I dreamt the same dream. The dark crowd below, the blurred faces above I couldn't place. I'd wake in cold sweat, the room silent but for my own breath. They said I'd taken too many lives, that this was retribution. I didn't argue. I only knew I'd kept the rules, kept each stroke true, yet the world left me no way out. The box ran dry, and I moved to a shabbier hut outside town. By day I gathered firewood and grew vegetables. By night put out the lamp early, life thinning like dying oil. Sometimes urchins ran up, hurling clods from afar and shouting the words adults used to scare them. I didn't anger, only watched them flee. Once I was such a child too. One winter I fell ill, lying days with no one knowing. In my haze I saw a master and the faces I couldn't place, all standing silent, watching, none speaking a word. When I recovered, I drew the bundle from beneath the bed and wiped it again and again. It had followed me half a life. Now no one needed it. I sat with it a whole night. My southern apprentice sent a letter. He'd taken up small trade, married, had a child. I sent backward only that I was well, not to fret, and never to return here. All my life I kept the rules, did a thing no one would, the best I could, and earned a lifetime no one would draw near. Was I a wicked man, or a poor soul bearing others' pain? In old age I sit by the window, the old bundle no one may see hidden beneath the bed, outside a world that long forgot this trade. If you feel this life worth telling, share it. Wicked man or poor soul, tell me in the comments.